always goes off when I'm in here. It's like, yeah, I know I'm in here. All right, folks, welcome back. This is a different start than you normally see. Usually I'm right here, camera's right here, but we've got a very, very special guest, a very special camera person that I'd like to introduce you to. Drum roll. You guys ready? Good. Show yourself.
Hey, how are you?
There he is. The man, the myth, the legend, the man with 2 functioning ears now, the coach. He has joined myself here in the Bass Cave, and we'll talk about this in a minute, but we're here for a tournament, just us two. Wanted to start this video off doing something I haven't done in a long time. I think the first time I did this was when it was actually complete, but I wanted to give you guys a tour of the Bass Cave. I mean, you guys see snippets of it, doing intros, outros. Sometimes you see me loading up the kayak, the gear, but I've never really taken you guys on a detailed tour, a walkthrough of everything in here that is fishing related and why I call it the Bass Cave. So let's start right by you, Coach, right in the corner here. This is kind of a mishmash of just randomness. You've got, I don't know, boxes of reels. It's gonna take a long time, this tour. I'll cut this video down for you guys. I like to keep all my weights in here, extra weights that is. So you think I like to drop shot? Extra tungsten, some cylinder weights. Here we've got extra jigs. Go through a ton of jigs throughout the year depending on the tournament where we're fishing, but these usually are in the wintertime for spots. I'm not gonna go through every single box. There's hooks.
Be here for 3 days.
Spoons. Oh, very important thing, my Mr. Coffee when we do the truck camping deal. That guy comes with me. Oh, also the Sixer.
The Sixer.
Very key piece of equipment for the kayak, especially when you're out there just trying to have a good time, relax. A couple cold ones fit in there. It's just random stuff back here. Oh, speaking of the Sixer, one of the most important components of any bass cave. Would you agree, Coach?
Oh yeah.
You gotta have a fridge right here, on hand, at the ready. You can come over and see. We've got this, well, not as stocked as it was, but we've got the essentials, the beverages in there.
Looks like somebody's been drinking out of there.
I don't know. Someone's been taking beers. You got some hop water up there in case you guys want something refreshing but without the alcohol. And then just kind of going up there, I got an extra propel drive that mine breaks or something. I've got one right there. The shelves, got our Plano boxes. You know, I try to stay as organized as possible, so everything's labeled from jig heads to the metal box, swim jigs, flipping jigs, crankbaits, football jigs. For example, bladed jigs, you take the bladed jigs box out. Here are all my bladed jigs. Got an assortment of different bladed jigs here. We got the slobber knocker. We got some first gen ones. Even got some, man, I haven't thrown these. Got on like this weird kick one time where I think these are these are almost, I think these are 1.25 ounces chatterbaits. Bought like 5 of them thinking I'd, you know, do something sneaky with them. It never happened. So I just got them now. But, you know, box of bladed jigs. Got, you know, stuff over here. Got frogs, for example. Actually got 2 frog boxes. I really like frogs. You know, I've got all the frogs in here, swamp lords, some old targets, paddling frogs, I don't even know what these are, little tackles. I mean, we've got some interesting stuff in here. That's the Yak-a-bass one. Just, you know, stuff over the years, you build up a collection and inventory. And, you know, the point of all these boxes up here and the labeling is to be able to pick and choose what I want. I mean, you guys know the deal. With a kayak, can't bring too much tackle. So, I mean, right here is kind of our staging area. The tackle trunk is right here. And really what I'll do is I'll take one deep 3700 Plano flex box, and, you know, depending on the baits I want, baits I need for the trip, location, time of year, I'll pick from the boxes up here and just put stuff in the compartments. The nice thing about these deep boxes, you can customize the trays so that you can fit bigger baits in there, like buzz baits, bigger top waters, stuff like that. So yeah, organization I think is key for any angler out there, but especially a kayak angler, because, you know, you've got a limited amount of space and you have to utilize it to the max with hard baits, plastics, stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of the reasoning behind the organization up here. This is the workbench area, of course. I mean, this is where I do a lot of the tackle prep, rigging. You know, I got some stuff hanging on the wall here, just stuff I can grab. I got, very important, the Sierra Nevada sign right there that lights up. Moving along, check out this piece of history right here. The original Dark Horse Division Derby trophy. All the names over the years. I think you're on there somewhere, Dutch.
Back to back down there on the bottom.
You kind of finished it strong when we had this, when you said it was Melchies.
Melchies.
New Melchies.
That's an O. I just don't write very good O's.
Crazy. The first signature was in 2018. That was 6 years ago. Goodness. Craziness. But a lot of history here. Technically, didn't win the last Derby and I just stole it. So yeah, guys, this is where it's at. It's in the Bass Cave. Yeah, some other stuff. I mean, oh, these are pretty cool boxes right here. These are good for holding like your buzz baits and stuff. Just a nice way to store them. I actually have I have one for spinner baits. And you know what's funny is, you know, probably 2.5, 3 years ago, I probably had 2 spinner baits to my name. Well, spinnerbait bite's been pretty good out on the Delta and other places. So, you know, we've got a bunch of Bobby D custom spinnerbaits in there, the Dutra's Finesse, all different assortments. I really just like the shad, the white colors. Those seem to just do really good out on the Delta and in a lot of places too, but just a really good spinnerbait and again, a nice way to store some of your odd shaped baits. You know, nothing crazy down here. As far as terminal tackle, I'll store all my extra terminal, these boxes here. That's just like, holy crap, this is gonna take a long time. We've gone 3 feet into the cave and we're still here. Don't worry, we'll go fast. Weights, hooks, same principle as those baits up there. Stuff I can just grab and go. Hey, there's a lot to show and let's just move on. Let's just keep going. Stuff to the right is not really important. Got some extra PFDs up there, I guess, but nothing crazy. Always keep the rods I'm gonna be taking to the water or for a trip right here on the kayak. Can't forget them. And also something I didn't mention, everything below the table, that underside, that is all stuff that needs to go in the truck. So you can't forget it. Everything that I need to take, PFD, graphs, batteries, motor. If it's there, I cannot forget it because everything that I load up has to come off that table. Good little organizational tip. Some extra rods here. These are the ones that I kind of use the most or frequently that I swap out depending on, you know, if we go fishing at the Delta or if we go to a clear reservoir. A lot of different line setups depending. Lots of water and stuff here. Nothing crazy over here. Just got extra line. Got a P line up here. This was not that organized for a while. I just usually threw all the stuff in there, but I was realizing when I need line, I spend more time trying to find it than actually putting it on my reel. So finally organized all the line from, you know, your Spinex to your zero fade braid, fluorocarbons, stuff like that. Battery stuff, chargers up here, some random stuff, boots, med kits. And then down here, got anchors. There's some tools in there, the deeper stuff. Got some Cal Coast bait sacks and rod gloves in there as well. I think this is just like winter clothing, some bibs, 49ers chair.
49er chair.
I know you like that.
Yeah.
Right here is kind of a cabinet of kayak accessories, you could say. Got some extra foot steering in here, an extra 360 light, replacement parts, rudders. I don't even know. There's a lot of miscellaneous things in here. Stickers for CF numbers, extra paddle holders, a bunch of ram mounts. Hey, didn't you say you need one of these?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. And then a bunch of Yak-a-bass gear for kayak builds, if anything breaks. So I've got extra right here. I do fish quite a bit, so gotta have this stuff ready to go. Moving over here into the corner, we've got the slat wall lining it, and of course we've got some shelves that just hold some random stuff right now. Extra catch boards, some dry bags, some gloves for the winter, Lake Master chips. Got more drawers down here. I like to keep the other baits that I have organized. This is kind of more the soft plastics area. Got some hard baits, but mainly soft plastics over here. Now I've got swim baits in here, by the way. This bait has been money lately, so need to get some more of those. You know, we got some bins here. This one has just frogs in it and stuff like that. And by the way, these bins right here are perfect for trips. If you want to just throw a bunch of crap in a couple of these guys, you can put them in the truck, take them with you. I try to put a lot of the baits that I use frequently on the wall. It's a good way to inventory, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are like this. It's a good way to inventory what you have, what you need more of. So try to keep them organized as best as I can. You know, stuff like the Champ swimmers, if I'm using them for spinnerbait trailers or A-rigs, I want to make sure that I have a good inventory of those, the right colors, power swimmer, stuff like that. Black pack battery, NK180, that is for when I take out the Slayer Max 10, so those guys live in that corner. Hard bait right here, crankbaits, jerk baits, you got some swim jigs, slobber knockers down there, and then right here we've got the power bait wall. Everything from your little generals, your normal generals, flatworms. I mean, this is probably picked off the most because, I mean, if you're on a good bite, especially when you're fishing around spotted bass, stuff like that, you know, you can go through a pack of 2 or 3 packs of flatworms in a couple hours. So like I said, a big reason to do it like this is to have a good inventory. One of these hooks gets a little low, you know you need more. Here we've got the other kayaks. That's Dutch's stuff, right? Those are your rods. We are here for a tournament, which we'll talk about in a minute. Got the Titan X 12.5 on the ground here. Unlike these kayaks, which are on the Malone racks, you can fit 4 kayaks on this rack ensemble. You know what? I'd put it on the rack, but it has been so hot and cooking in California that it would probably warp the kayak, especially one this heavy, on those racks. So keeping it on the ground for safety purposes.
It is at least 100 degrees in here right now.
Yeah, it's comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice and swampy.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, we're moving fast now.
Yeah.
Over here, not a whole ton of stuff. Got the dynamic dolly here. Got the Boondocks T-bone bed extender in case we do take out the 12.5. I've got my awesome charger thing with the wiring that Mike really likes.
Somebody's gonna get hurt on that one of these days.
Yeah, just try to ball it up wherever we go. So that's there. More slat wall. These have rod holders, so these are all extra rods. You never know when you're gonna break a rod or need a rod or need to change things out, so extra rods here. Then we've got the spooling station, the P-line spooling station. So yeah, just again, all these things are trying to make life easier, trying to be as organized as possible. I think I'm relatively organized, but hopefully this reflects that I'm decently organized and I guess more so efficient. Try to be efficient. You don't want to be all scatterbrained. Trying to keep it this way for as long as I possibly can, but that probably won't last too long. But anyways, guys, let's switch this over. Do some chatting now. Whew, it's toasty.
It is warm in here.
All right, like I said, we are here for Yak-a-bass stop number. It's either 5 or 6. I think it's 6. Gone through 5 tournaments this year. This is number 6 on the California Delta. That's why we're here. I'm relatively close to the Delta compared to you, especially coming from Clear Lake. Just us.
Just the 2 of us.
The rest of the crew had family obligations, miscellaneous obligations. We'll miss them, but hey, we get to fish the Delta tomorrow.
We get to fish.
You pre-fished today.
I got to fish today.
And?
Not bad, not horrible, but not great.
Better than last time, though, right?
Oh yeah, I was able to catch keepers. I think I only caught 2 under 12 inches today instead of 100 of them.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'll be happy to back it up tomorrow, but just a little bit better quality.
Yeah, it's been really toasty out here in California, and I think we're going to get another 100-degree day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's 103 right now, and tomorrow's supposed to be, I think they said like 99 or 100, whatever.
But I think the fish actually kind of like it. I think that makes them kind of get all antsy, a little aggressive. If they were biting today, you know, they should be biting tomorrow.
I hope. Yeah, I don't see why they won't.
Yeah, so one-day event, guys, 12-inch minimum. We can launch our kayaks tomorrow at 5:30. First cast is 6. 8-hour tournament goes till 2 o'clock, and you got to be off the water. Photos submitted by 2:30. Open launch style too. So California Delta. If you guys are from here, if you fish the Delta, you guys know it is expansive. It's a maze. It's huge, right?
It is massive. I mean, absolutely massive.
Yeah, I mean, you could go fish down in Tracy, and then you could drive 1.5 hours north, go to Sacramento.
Yeah, and that's just the boundaries for our tournament. I mean, that's not even the whole Delta. I mean, you can go south another God knows how far.
Yeah, it's pretty unique. It's pretty cool, and though we've kind of crapped on it a little bit, it is a unique fishery. I think it's pretty out there. You know, it's just different.
Hopefully it's coming back. Today had some good signs in it.
Predictions, we got, I think, almost 100 people in this tournament. Open launch, 5 best fish. It's gonna take.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be mid-90s, 95, 96, somewhere in there to win it. And you're probably gonna have to get close to 90 to be in the top 5.
I think it's fishing good right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I only fished one day, but it seems to be fishing pretty good.
I buy that. I'm gonna go 94.25 with the big fish at the tournament being a 23.5.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a big one. I
That's
think there's gonna be some big fish caught. Got to do some rigging tonight. Get our ID code.
Wait for the sun to go down.
Yeah.
Come out here and
probably go back in the house. Air conditioning.
Yeah, it's smoking out here.
All right. Well, Coach, good luck tomorrow.
Good luck.
Delta.
Yep. Hopefully it's back.
Alrighty, folks, 5:51, made it to our first spot. Can't make a cast though till 6. Man, I'm itching to fish though. It looks so good. Its tide is high. Man, the moon was insane this morning. I think we must have had a full moon recently. That moon was big, and there was a huge tide swing. Tide table today, I think it's just the very end of incoming, so it's a very high tide, and we're gonna have an outgo pretty much all tournament up until 2 o'clock when the tournament's over. I think it's about a 4.5 foot swing. So that's crazy. All this stuff right here in front of me, this bank, will be out of water essentially by the end of the tournament. Game plan, keep it simple. I'm gonna be honest, I got 10 rods and I don't even have a single spinning rod. Don't have a single worm. Basically going big or going home today. Throwing frogs, top water, and punching. I'm looking for 5 of the right bites. Not a million bites, 5 of the right bites. We'll see. Here we go. All right, let's get to work. honest. Not a big one, but finally got bit. Man, fishing for a while. 45 minutes, finally got a bite. Little keeper. That's a little tiny one. Gotta measure them all though. I think the tide is actually too high right now. I need this tide to get lower. Alright, number one. "45 minutes to finally get a keeper." Yeah, I do think this tide is too high right now. Needed to get lower for the top water to turn on. There we go. A little one. Jeez. I don't know if that one's gonna. I don't think that one's gonna keep. Not even a keeper. Not even a 12-incher. A chopper bite though, huh? Oh, that one right there. Shoot. Buzzbait. I don't know how big that one was, but maybe a little sign? I don't know. Well, it's 8 o'clock. Quarter of the way done. 2 hours gone by, 6 left. And you know what's interesting about the Delta? It's the one place, nowadays at least, didn't always used to be like this. It's the one place that I can have what I have right now, one small fish, and still feel okay. Because the Delta can and will change throughout the day. And it might seem like there's absolutely no bite at all. When that tide gets right, time of day gets right, and those fish set up just perfectly, that's when magic can happen. Quite honestly, it could be 12 o'clock, and I'd still, I mean, I wouldn't feel great, but I wouldn't discount the fact that we could get on fish fast. Like our bite window today could be 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. You just got to capitalize when it happens. I just don't think they're setting up the way I need them to right now. Still think this water's too high. Not sure exactly where these fish are, but I'm not really concerned yet. I do believe we're going to have our opportunities. Oh, dang it! That was a good one. I saw him too. All right, things percolating a little bit. Big one. Stay on. Stay on. Oh no, I thought you were... Dude, how? That wasn't the fish that bit. I mean, I know it was, but... how did that dog me so much? It's gonna go 12. Gonna go 12. Quick measurement. So I do think we're onto something now. A little bite window starting, I believe. Barely keeper. on now. Come on now. Dinker number 3. Whatever. Gotta get 5 first. 5 first. That's number 3. Come on, Buzzy. Be the jam, will ya? Oh, all right, buzzbait. Seems like a buzzbait. I don't know if the frog was just too slow for him or what. Like, you gotta get him to react. Just a bummer that getting buzzbait bites and they're not the buzzbait fish you dream of. Whatever their bites though. Another small keeper. Find me some buzzbait action. That could be big. Yep, there's a good one. Yep. Settle down, settle down, settle down. Well, number 5's a good one. That's a really good kayak bass, guys. Really good kayak bass. Boy, that's the confidence boost we needed. Real good one. Oh, boy. Let's get a photo of you. 20 and a half, I believe. The right one's right there. I should probably throw the buzzbait for a good bulk of the day. Almost 10 o'clock. Day's almost half over. Let's do it. Let's check the standings. Show you guys what we got going on here. Again, you don't have to submit your fish when you catch them, but some people do, and I think just overall gives you an idea as to how the bite is. Got 101 people, 85 and a half is leading. Look who it is, it's old Sean, AOY leader. Can't stop him this year. A couple of big fish in the mix. Ooh, a 23 incher was caught. Yeesh. Some 17s. Some limits, a lot of small limits, so yeah, people are catching them for sure. Just got to get lucky and get the right bites out of here. There's so many small ones in the system. Man, I didn't know that fish was that big, to be honest. Had how many bites on this today, or little ones come try to eat it. I mean, even the little ones smoke it pretty good, and I just kind of got used to the fact that the buzzbait fish weren't that big. That certainly makes up for a lot of stuff. And you know what, I've said this many times too, but I gotta say it again, just like we talked about in the beginning of this day, I need 5 bites. You know, I don't need 100 keepers, I just need 5 of the right bites. So in theory, if you were to ask me this morning, would I rather catch a bunch of, you know, 15 inchers or catch a bunch of rats and then one big one? It'd be the latter, you know. That's the kind of luck you need out here, or any tournament, but especially the Delta. Let's keep going. Oh, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Oh, man. Come on, hit the frog, dude. Hit the frog. Oh, that seemed big. Tight. tide is getting pretty low. You know what that means. Start punching. I'm not gonna give up on the buzzbait or topwater, but we can start finding some punch fish. Really help us cull out the two really tiny ones we got right now. That's the first objective. Alright, there we go. Get rid of our, we got 12 3/4 I think we got. Not much bigger, but it'll help. Plus it's punch fish. I think I gotta get rid of a 13 now, or maybe it's a 13 1/4. Jeez. Well, went back to the buzzer. Little shade line. Luckily he got that good because I goofed that hook set up pretty bad. Alright, I'll get rid of our 13. Alright, there's another cull. I think we gotta get rid of a 14-incher now. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, gosh. Man, I've missed some good ones today. I really thought this punch would be on, but man, I'm just still eating the buzzbait. Even though this tide is getting really low. Dang it. What the heck was that? Was that a bass? If it was, that was pretty crazy. There's a good one. I'm not using my net really today unless it's like a treble hook bait fish or it's just like an absolute tank. I feel like every time I've reached for that net lately, I've lost tension in the fish and I've sometimes lost the fish. So we're swinging these guys in today. There's a solid. There's a solid. Alrighty. That was a good one right there, folks. So we got a 20 something, an 18, I think we got a 16 and a quarter, and I think we got a 15 and maybe a 14? I have to double check. I know we got a 15. I'm trying to think what our 5th smallest is. About 2 hours left. I'm gonna really need this punch bite to turn on if I want to have a chance. This tide is getting so low, I want to keep throwing the buzz, but it's so low there's almost no water under some of these trees, right? Oh no! Son of a gun. I'm happy, but I'm sad. I'm happy the punch bite's on, but I'm sad that I'm being a goofball today. I'm always a goofball on tournament day. Just get sloppy. Alright, come on. Punch bite seems to be picking up. No call. No call, but a bite. Nope. Skinny mini. I think maybe. Gonna call. You know what we gotta call. Let's measure them anyways though, just in case. $14.75. Oh, dude, they're still shallow. They're still fish shallow. That's the crazy thing. I don't know if that was a big one, but I guess if there's a tree and there's water underneath it, I'm throwing the buzzbait. Oh my god. Stay in the boat. Dude, that fish was like, how dang shallow is that fish? That is crazy. That was up there. Dang. There's a cull. Good fish right there. A very much needed fish. She's low. There's that tree earlier. Had a buzzbait fish that we missed under that tree. Seemed like a good one. Made a couple of passes through. Didn't get another bite, but look, that entire area is completely out of water now. Huge tide swing. Huge. I don't think that's gonna call. Nope. Gotta get rid of a 15. No way. Ooh, actually, it might be a 15 and a quarter. Jeez, it's about to throw him back. 15 and a quarter. Wow. Can't believe we got him to touch. Oh, come on. Need you guys to grow up a little. Alrighty folks, 2 o'clock. Man, good day. I mean, kind of a weird day. Started slow, got hot, and kind of died off, but hey, not a bad day out on the Delta. It was fun. Just was missing 1 or 2 more big bites, but happy to have a limit finally out on the Delta. Certainly better than our last tournament out here. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to submit my photos, head back, and we'll recap this thing. Alrighty guys, it is actually the day after the tournament. Man, oh man, it was a scorcher out there. Me and Coach were fried, we were toasted, so we actually just decided to get out of there. He had a long drive home to Clear Lake. I drove back home, got some rest, hydrated, but here we are the following day. You guys saw the results are in. Ended up in 4th place. So 4th place, actually a little bit better than I thought based on the 100 angler field. So 4th place, I'll certainly take it on what I think was kind of a challenging day. You know, I had a pretty good game plan going in, I believe. I was really liking that tide, starting out really high in the morning and dropping all day. I love a high tide, especially on the Delta in the morning time in the summer, because I feel like it's one of the best times to get on a really good topwater bite, specifically frog. And that was really what I was banking on first thing in the morning, utilizing that frog, not to get a lot of bites, but to get the right bites. Because usually, and this is based on just my history out there, is the frog in the morning typically will catch your bigger fish of the day. And that's really what you want to do, is capitalize on your big fish windows. So long story short, I threw the frog a ton all morning. I think I actually went about 40 minutes without even a single bite, so getting a little discouraged. Did end up switching to the Chopo just to see if they were maybe in more of a chasing mood. Caught a couple of small ones on the Chopo, I think 1 keeper, but that was it. The frog deal, as it often happens on tournament days and really any day of fishing, the fish changed. They weren't doing what you wanted them to do, what they were supposed to do, and you just got to roll with the punches. So mixed and matched some baits like I always do, and the bait that was one of the key players, one of 2 baits for the day that proved to be very productive, was the black buzzbait. Single buzz, got a buzz and speed toad on the back. Got this on a 7-foot Fantasy rod, medium heavy, with a Revo rocket, 10-to-1 gear ratio reel, super fast reel, and really took that out because I was getting a couple of Chopo bites and no frog bites. So I figured they were in a chasing mood, and that was the ticket. Whether it was the profile, the squeak of the blade, the areas I was throwing it, maybe even the fact that the tide was a little bit lower when I busted it out. But that seemed to be the ticket. That's the first pattern that I got on through the day. I had a couple of small ones eat it, but still some limit fish, get some confidence going. Did have one, now that I see the footage, I didn't realize it at the time, but it looked like a 4 or 5 pounder. Actually got a piece of the toad, almost like a little stretchy arm. Remember the sticky hand things that kind of stretch? You get them, I think, out of the 25-cent machines. But I actually got a piece of that and like stretched it out, but got a good look at it while editing, and yeah, it was a good one. But hey, whatever. I was happy to get bites on something consistent. That frog I ended up giving up on for the most part because they saw it. They just needed something moving. So kept going with the black buzzbait. Caught a few more small keepers, throwing it way up in the shade lines. With this dropping water, with this lowering tide, you almost don't throw up there. At least I don't, because it's so shallow. I was talking 6 to 12 inches of water, and you don't think they can be there. But one thing about Delta fish is they know shallow water. They're not afraid to be in shallow water. As long as it covers their back, they can be there. So throwing it way up under the trees, and actually would trigger some fish that were under there to bite. So gaining confidence, gaining momentum with the buzzbait. And our 5th fish on the buzzbait just so happened to be our big fish of the tournament. And the funny thing is, it wasn't even a huge hit. You know, I was getting these little small fish crushing the buzzbait. This one just kind of sucked it in, and I was a little nonchalant about this fish, but thankfully I got it in the boat. 20.5-inch fish, number 5, huge confidence booster. So super happy with that. Kept going with the buzzbait. I think we got a few more on the buzzbait way up in the shade lines, and a really cool bite. Something about a buzzbait gets big fish to go. And then when that tide continued to drop, it was getting stupid low. That's when I picked up the 2nd most productive bait of the tournament for me, and that was a punching rod. We've got the green pumpkin purple flake Pit Boss paired with a 1.5-ounce tungsten weight. Got a couple of bobber stops on there, 3/0 hook, 7/6 heavy rod, 8-to-1 gear ratio reel, 65-pound test on there. Yeah, when that tide gets low and that bank is basically out of water, there's only a few places those fish can go, and one of them's in the grass. I was punching that grass line, pulling some fish out, couple keepers here and there, a couple of cull fish. Did end up getting an 18-incher right by a tree, so that was another huge huge and crucial fish for an upgrade. Did miss a couple more that may or may not have helped. You just never know. But I think overall it was a good tournament, capitalizing on the majority of my opportunities, making the adjustments when I had to, fishing how I like to fish, the high risk, high reward type of fishing. And yeah, I think honestly I was just 1 or 2 big bites from maybe getting the W on this one, but it's just so hard to do out there on the Delta, on any kayak tournament, any bass tournament really, because to win these things, and if you guys are tournament guys, you know this, that everything essentially has to go right for you to get the win. And even if you're 99% good on everything, your mechanics, your landing, your game plan, it still might not be good enough. But hey, like I said, 4th place, I will take it, especially after our last tournament here, the Gambler Series, where I didn't even come in with a limit and the fishing was just super tough. Fishing was good, fishing was fun, enjoyed the day out there. Yak-a-bass stop number 6 in the books. We've got 2 more Yak-a-bass events for the season at Clear Lake, and then we've got the TOC at Lake Tulloch. So gonna be an interesting end to the season. As far as Angler of the Year, I'm not really in the hunt anymore. I think I'm creeping around 5 or 6, but a couple of the guys up top are really crushing it, so gotta give a shout out to them. They're having a great season, and they're gonna be tough to catch no matter what, especially with only 2 events left. So gonna be a fun way to end the season and just see how things shake out for everybody in the Yak-a-bass tournament trail. All right, guys, end of the video. Thanks for watching as always. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next one.